adaptive support and pressure relief to help you sleep.
Getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
The Upper Peninsula's new CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, rising tensions with Iran, new threats, military moves, and high-stakes talks in Geneva. We'll have the latest live from Washington, D.C. Plus, Michigan lawmakers say they have a plan to tackle skyrocketing housing prices. We'll have the details. And unseasonably warm weather in Michigan led to more than just melting snow this weekend. It triggered unexpected air quality alerts. We'll have more on that as well. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. The fog certainly rolled in earlier today, but I think we have some bigger problems to worry about coming up.
Yeah, Kevin, we have some different components other than some visibility issues in terms of fog. And there are some areas right now holding on to some warmer temperatures, but it's already starting to get colder for us. 27 degrees into Marquette, 36 though down to Menominee, 43 down to Iron Mountain. We see the outer bands of the system starting to move through and rain at the moment, but this is expected to shift. Colder temperatures going to bring snow back into the area, and we have a winter storm warning that we've been upgraded to. So I'll have all the details, everything you need to know to prepare in just a few short minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. Tonight, tensions are rising yet again between the United States and Iran, with new threats and military escalation, all while high-stakes talks between the two countries occur in Geneva. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill tonight with new details. Brendan, good evening. What can you tell us?
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Officials say that the U.S. is mobilizing a second U.S. aircraft carrier group to the region. The USS Gerald R. Ford, one of America's most advanced warships, will be reportedly moving from the Caribbean, where it has been positioned, over to the Middle East, again, as all these indirect talks between Iran and the U.S. over Iran's nuclear program continue.
We're dealing with people who make geopolitical decisions on the basis of pure theology, and it's a complicated thing. I mean, no one's ever been able to do a successful deal with Iran, but we're going to try.
The Trump administration wants a deal with Iran, one that includes the dismantling of Iran's nuclear program.
We could have had a deal instead of sending the B-2s in to knock out their nuclear potential, and we had to send the B-2s. I hope they're going to be more reasonable.
President Trump warning of steep consequences if a deal is not reached.
I don't think they want the consequences of not making a deal. They want to make a deal.
This week, Iran's supreme leader fired back, saying the U.S. cannot bring down Iran's government and warning they have the power to destroy American ships if attacked. That's according to Iranian media. The supreme leader also saying a complete dismantling of Iran's nuclear energy is off the table. Senior officials in Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps reportedly declared the country is prepared to close the Strait of Hormuz if ordered, which could severely disrupt the global oil supply chain. Roughly 20% of global oil flows through the vital waterway. Iran saying it won't negotiate under threats and insists it's ready to respond if Washington strikes. But here in the U.S., Iranian American advocates reiterating that the best way towards stability in the region is by supporting the resistance from within.
We would like a U.S. policy that actually embraces the Iranian people and their resistance's fight to overthrow this regime.
And Kevin, again, all of this occurring as indirect talks take place in Geneva between the U.S. and Iran, and negotiators said today actually that they have agreed to a potential framework for these talks to continue. But again, as you just heard, some pretty sharp divisions on both sides here. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much as always, sir. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has died at the age of 84. A protege of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Jackson became a national voice for justice during the civil rights movement. Today, leaders in Washington and across the country are honoring his legacy. President Donald Trump sending his deepest sympathies to Jackson's family in a post on Truth Social earlier today. The president called Jackson a good man with lots of personality, grit, and street smarts. Trump went on to say Jackson was very gregarious and someone who truly loved people. Michigan Senator Gary Peters shared condolences on social media today as well, calling Jackson one of our nation's most renowned civil rights leaders. Peters added that Jackson's decades of advocacy helped push this country towards a future with equal rights and opportunities for all Americans, no matter their race, religion, gender, or economic background. Jackson's Rainbow Push Coalition says he passed peacefully this morning, surrounded by family. Michigan lawmakers from both parties are introducing a package of bills aimed at lowering housing costs by making it easier to build new homes. Supporters say new housing permits have dropped from about 54,000 in 2005 to fewer than 16,000 last year, while median home prices have jumped by tens of thousands of dollars in just the past year. The legislation would allow duplexes in some single-family zones, cap lot size requirements, reduce parking mandates, and expand accessory dwelling units. Lawmakers say regulatory costs are a major driver.
Before you buy a hammer, before you pay somebody to swing that hammer, before you buy a nail or a 2x4 for them to hammer to build a home, you're already in a deficit of $94,000.
The bills are expected to be taken up in committee this week. Unseasonably warm temperatures caused rapid snow melt across much of Michigan this weekend and caused some areas to have some surprise air quality issues. Officials say a weather pattern known as an atmospheric inversion was responsible. That's when warm air traps cooler air and pollutants close to the ground. The result, particle pollution builds up over several days, especially in southeast and southern Michigan. Officials say this type of event actually happens most winters, but this one stood out because of how long the warm temperatures lasted over a thick snow pack.
It kind of creates a bubble over certain areas to kind of trap pollutants, but like I said, it's pretty common in the wintertime, but just again, just unique kind of how it all set up just perfectly for kind of a worst case scenario this time.
Meteorologist Konecki says winds have cleared much of the pollution that was causing dips in air quality over the weekend. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, Bay College is celebrating a major milestone in online learning and a program that's saving students money. We'll have the details when we come back.
We examine lab results closely. We monitor treatment progress meticulously. But what we see is you. We see how cancer affects the life you lead and touches the love you share. Even as we practice the latest treatments and consider the most advanced options, what we see is how we can provide the best possible care for you. Healthcare is a lot of things, but the best care is human. Aspirus Cancer Care. What we see is you.
New CBS March 4th.
16 of the most elite chefs were chosen.
Yeah!
It is an arena. We are gladiators.
The battle of the ages.
I'm just going to savor this moment.
Yes! I'm gonna take it all. Everything
has to be well executed.
Ooh. I could be up for elimination.
Oh.
Only one of you can stay. I don't like being in this position.
America's Culinary Cup. New series CBS Wednesday, March 4th.
Did you know most of what you throw away can be recycled? At Recycle 906, we accept more than just cardboard and jugs. We take plastics, metals, paper, and more. Recycle smarter, bring it to us. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
There's no looking back.
Don't look back.
I wasn't really looking back, just remembering back.
Remember back.
What do you say we start from here?
With a Rifleman.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. on WZMQ Me TV. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's Big Winter Sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's Big Winter Sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. And there's big savings on quality Amish dining room, too. Have it built the way you want it, or save even more on floor sample closeouts. And mattresses from Serta, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster. The selection and discounts have never been greater. Shop Shunk's Big Winter Sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's in Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. That stretch of warm weather was definitely nice, but now we're back to reality, back to the cold and all things winter. You need to get back into that mindset of preparing for incoming snow. At this point in the season, closer to spring than the start of winter, we know how to prepare for it by now. This time yesterday, I was telling you that that's what I'm going to be tracking, this system that actually is happening now. It wasn't a system quite yet, but you can see the counterclockwise circulation happening out into North Dakota. That is going to impact us all day tomorrow. Basically, we're already starting to see some of the outer bands of the storm pushing up, some cloud cover and some moisture and some rain. It's going to be warm enough to support rain at this moment, but with the rotation, we are going to get the back end of it, which is when it switches from winds from the south to winds from the west and the north and some snow. So there's lots going on here. Winter storm warning will go into effect in the next hour and last through an entire 24 hours. And the purple is a winter weather advisory. So if it's not a winter storm warning, this is more so for the ice component rather than the snow. So just starting with the snow, heavy and mixed precipitation is expected. I'm going to say, well, specifically the warning says 4 to 6 and up to 10. And that's because when you get the lower end of it, that means there's some watery component or some liquid mixing into that. And then that's when you can get that ice. So that's why it's important to focus on the impacts rather than amounts. You don't necessarily want to have the higher end of the snow, but that does tell you that it's going to have less of an ice component. So if you do see less snow coming in, that's because there's water mixing in, but you can get that light glaze of ice, which can cause issues with slick and icy roadways. And then the wind gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. That's going to be blowing the snow around, creating those cold wind chills coming back. And you see all different types of colors on here. That's the mixed precipitation aspect of it. So it's snow, it's a mixture. This is where the glaze of ice can happen, and then the rain also. So we are going to see that accumulation of some snow at least before your morning commute. So expect a few inches of snow as you head out the doorways. There might be a little bit of a break, but that's because that's where the rotation is going to happen, and then we're not quite done with it because we get the wraparound and the tail end of it as the system is trying to move through. Remember, this is a stationary front, so you're getting the battle of two different types of air masses, and it stays around our area for an extended period of time. It's not a quickly moving system, and we could see up to about 7 or 8 inches of snow by this time-ish tomorrow. This is for your Wednesday, 8 p.m. So again, you can see these ranging snow totals, but that's because there is some water mixing into it, and with the colder temperatures, it's going to create an icy glaze for most of the Upper Peninsula, and especially if you travel into Wisconsin at all, that's going to be a really big issue where you can get more so closer to 1/10 of an inch of ice. So tomorrow, the big picture for your Ash Wednesday is going to be those impacts with the snow, the ice, and the wind. We get more snow for Thursday and Friday, and then the cold temperatures really come into play. We're back down to the 20s, and the teens come back for the start of this upcoming week.
Kelly, thank you again. Today, Bay College's online learning department hosted a celebration of some of its achievements with students and staff. The college recently reached 100% adoption of a new primary learning management system, which streamlines online and hybrid learning courses. The department has also marked a decade of its Open Educational Resources initiative, allowing students to more affordably access course materials, software, and textbooks.
Over those 10 years, we've saved students over $3 million on textbook fees. We are a community college. We are here for our community. It's a great way to show that we're a small community that really cares about everybody here.
The event was also a celebration of the Lunar New Year. Students enjoyed an Asian-inspired food bar and passed out notes of gratitude to friends and teachers. Coming up next on Insights, delegates from Marquette are set to take a trip to their sister city in Finland. We'll have the details in just a couple minutes.
The bladder control aisle. You won't shop here again. Your private business is your own. The constant struggle is over. Now there's a better way. It's HDIS. We home deliver bladder control products. We understand how you feel. For over 25 years, we've home delivered to many of the 20 million Americans who deal with incontinence. We offer all brands. We pay shipping and use plain, unmarked boxes. If we can help you or someone you care for, call for your free product sample pack and $45 in money-saving coupons. Our counselors will help you choose the right product. And unlike stores, we're always in stock. You'll get what you need. Satisfaction guaranteed. HDIS. The better way.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog,
$45 in money-saving coupons, and free product samples, call 1-800-489-3901. That's 1-800-489-3901.
Good news, Michigan. Eligibility for the MyAble Disability Savings Program has expanded. Anyone whose disability was diagnosed before the age of 46 is now eligible to invest, save, and spend with MyAble, making it possible to plan for the future or fund everyday expenses related to healthcare, education, and more. See what MyAble can make possible for you at michigan.gov/myable.
If you've been injured in an accident, do not settle for less. Call the Sentinel Group now. Our lawyers specialize in injury cases and help clients recover the best settlements. If you sustained injuries from a slip and fall, auto collision, bicycle collision, dog bite, workplace injury, or any other accident through no fault of your own, call the Sentinel Group now. The consultation is free.
Call 800-510-4378, 800-510-4378.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. This summer, a delegation will visit Marquette's sister city in Finland. Here to tell us about that trip and how you can get involved is Marty Eskelinen of the Marquette Area Sister Cities Partnership. And Marty, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Well, my first question is, where is the sister city and what do you guys do over there?
Well, the sister city of Kajaani, Finland is about halfway north in Finland, about the distance from Chicago to Marquette, away from Helsinki. So it's easy to make that comparison. We'll be going there to meet the people of Kajaani. The delegates that are going will be staying with host families to really get to know the people of the community. And the city will put on a program introducing us to the features of the city. We'll be visiting art museums, businesses, the university, things like that, to get a sense of what Kajaani has to offer.
And this weekend you have an event coming up where people can learn more about the delegation and what you guys do. What can you tell us about that?
On Saturday, the 21st, at 10 o'clock at the library, Peter White Library in Marquette, we will be having a program in the Shires Room to explain something about the nature of the trip, what it might include, and the opportunities for people to travel, or to be a host the next time when a delegation comes from Kajaani to Marquette.
All right, good stuff. And as far as delegates go, what exactly do you guys look for as far as a good one?
Well, there are a lot of different possibilities, but people who represent the community in various fields of business, law, teachers, someone from the university, the type of people who are instrumental in making Marquette what it is. And they can bring their knowledge and share that with our friends in Kajaani.
Right. Can you tell us more about just kind of the value it brings to have this relationship with the sister city, both for them and for us?
Well, the cities are going to handle things differently because of different cultures and different governmental systems. And they've evolved different ways of dealing with the matters of life and how we conduct our business, as we have. When we visit, we exchange this information. We come back with information about perhaps a better way to do things in our country, as well as the fact that they've learned some things from us about possible ways of doing things in Kajaani.
And it was something I discovered when I first moved up here. Definitely a large Finnish population. So how deep do Finnish roots, how deep are they here?
I think there's a figure that says that a third or better of the population of the UP has some Finnish roots. It's a large percentage, and that was why the Kajaani connection occurred. Some people were here from Kajaani, saw all of the Finnish names, and thought, you know, this should be a connection between these cities. And then we proceeded along that course and have created a sister city for over 25 years now, and have had wonderful friendships.
Definitely. And tell us more about Kajaani. It's just what kind of place is it? What does it look like when you get there?
Well, the most interesting thing about it is Finland is very much like the UP, which is why the Finns settled here. And when you get there, your plane is coming in, you look down and say, when did we get back to Marquette? But it is a beautiful land of lakes and streams. Of course, they have a beautiful winter season, the same as we do. So very similar to Marquette in that way. They are a very progressive city. Their industries have changed over the years. They went from extractive industries and forest products and the paper industry. They now have one of the large computer centers in Europe. And their university has courses that are progressing along the digital age. So it's a very progressive city, an interesting place to visit, and I kind of think of it as a second home. I've been there several times.
Excellent. All right, Marty, well, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Well, thank you for having us today.
Absolutely. And Mike Ludlam will be right back with your look at sports.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry, free delivery, and 0% financing.
Welcome to Survivor 50.
We can be heroes.
Look, how many more shots am I gonna get?
We want your blood. We want your sweat. We want your tears.
Feels like high school reunion meets like a massacre.
That's how you make history. That's how you create a legacy.
Survivor 50, new milestone season begins CBS February 25th and streaming on Paramount+.
Buckles Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free at the Window Store. You heard that right. Buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. Offer runs from February 2nd to February 27th. Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. Call today and start transforming your home with the Windows Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings only at the Windows Store.
Good evening, everyone. The 20th ranked NMU women's basketball team hosts Michigan Tech on Thursday. The Wildcats cruised past the Huskies 74-46 in Houghton back on January 8th. But the Huskies played much better against Wayne State Saturday, losing by 1, than NMU did Thursday against the Warriors, falling by 21. Both coaches say this game will come down to defense.
Offensively, we need to move the ball to get great looks, but Northern's such a good offensive team. If they get going, some of those shooters, man, if they hit a couple early, it's a long night. So we have to start with defensive execution and making them take really tough shots early. Make or miss, we got to make them take tough shots early.
It's not really that you're changing a whole lot. You just hope that you're better than what you were the first time, but on the flip side of it, they're also better than what they were the first time we play them. So I think our depth is something that's to our benefit, but we've also talked to our players who come off the bench and who get time, and we told them we need more from them too at the same time. Our defensive intensity and everything has got to maintain no matter who's on the court.
The Wildcats were in 4th place in the conference with a 12-4 record. Michigan Tech is 5th with a 9-7 mark. Tip-off Thursday at Vandeman Arena is set for 5:30 with the men's game following. The Michigan Tech hockey Huskies are in first place in the CCHA after a comeback victory on Saturday against Lake Superior State. That's Taden Trembecki with the goal to bring the Huskies within 4-3. Then just under 2 minutes to go, Jack Anderson again is going to line up a slap shot and put it home. That tied the game at 4. Anderson was named the CCHA Defensive Player of the Week for the third straight week. Owen Bartoskevich did his part in overtime, stopping a Lake Superior State breakaway with just under 4 minutes remaining. And then Michigan Tech finished it as Trembecki will steal the puck, rather innocently enough, and put it in for the 5-4 victory. Now the Huskies are in first place, 1 point ahead of St. Thomas, 48-47. Tech is idle this weekend. NMU will host Lake Superior State this weekend. NMU junior attacker Josie Lakowski has been named the GLIAC Lacrosse Offensive Player of the Week after Wildcats started the season with 2 home victories. The reigning GLIAC Attacker of the Year and All-Region selection scored 8 goals while adding 3 assists for 11 points in a 20-10 win over Calvin University on Friday. She followed that up with 7 more goals and 2 helpers in a 20-4 win over Northwood on Sunday. The Wildcats are home Thursday at 3 o'clock against McKendree. And the NMU skiers have been busy. The downhillers were hosting the United States College Ski Association Regionals over the weekend. You're looking at the second run of the women's slalom Saturday by bib 533 is Marquette graduate Anna Gerzelak skiing for the University of Michigan. 1 minute, 25.89 seconds, good for 6th place. Next, another Marquette Senior High School grad, Maddie Stern, skiing for NMU in 2:58. She went 1 minute, 24.28 seconds. That was good for 5th place. A few skiers later, number 422, Tommy Jo Springer of NMU. She's from Eagle River, Wisconsin. Her 2-run time, 1 minute, 22.29 seconds. That put her on the podium in 2nd place. And another Wildcat, Ashley Schaefer of Prior Lake, Minnesota, had the best time overall, 1 minute, 19.83 seconds. NMU easily won both the women's and men's competition over the weekend, and the cross-country skiers did well, winning the Central Collegiate Ski Association Regionals in Minnesota, and we will be right back.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
You can't do that if you're just sitting in a chair reading about what other people have found.
What do you think of that? Why?
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
At Amazon, hourly employees earn an average of over $23 an hour.
All right, what are we thinking?
Mega cone.
Mega cone. Oh. Guess this is mine now.
Hey.
At Amazon, skills training and apprenticeships can move hourly employees into higher paying roles, like robotics. And that's a win you can count on.
You're on.
Come on! Oh. Corporal O'Reilly goes by many names.
Big Daddy O'Reilly. I'm Walter O'Radar. No, I'm Walter O'Reilly.
But to us, he'll always be...
Radar! Radar! Radar!
That's me.
MASH, weekdays and Sundays at 7.
And a final check of your forecast. Things are fairly calm at the moment. If you have to run out and get anything before you would prefer to maybe not run into some snow, I suggest you do so because a winter storm warning will go into effect very soon and it will impact your morning commute tomorrow, the evening commute tomorrow, and we could be seeing some accumulations of some ice and of course the snow. I'll have a detailed look on your forecast as we prepare for this widespread winter storm system later on tonight.
Kelly, thank you again. And finally tonight, it's Mardi Gras, the traditional eve of Lent, often celebrated by indulging in king cakes and punchkis. These delicious pastries were flying out of the door at the Huron Mountain Bakery in Marquette, where they expect to sell over 13,000 punchkis and hundreds of king cakes just today. Polish-derived punchkis are decadent jelly-filled donuts popular in the Midwest, while king cakes are rooted in French tradition and feature a tiny plastic baby hidden inside for luck.
And the story goes is if you get that baby piece, then you either have to buy the next king cake for next year or you have to host the whole event. It's different for each household.
King cakes, which celebrate the three wise men, are decorated in purple for justice, green for faith, and gold for royalty, with the baby signifying Jesus. That's all for now, everyone. We'll see you later tonight.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopo. The breaking news right now. A deadly